Well, good morning, folks. We're in Chittenango at the Erie Canal Trail. And another segment. This is going to be the last segment before I get to actually walk along close by to the railroad. So I'm going to try to get as much as this done today. There is special trains in the area, and got a lot to talk about, but we'll start this video. So here we are. The museum is over on this side of the road here, so we're on the other side of that museum we seen last time. I do plan on visiting it. It opens at 10. It's over there. Here we are at this spot here, Lockport Road, Chittenango, Madison County. Next crossing in that direction. So I'm wearing a coat today because it's like 58 degrees right now. So yeah, we're actually the only one here, which is surprising. So somebody's following me. Got new shoes trying out today, so let's see how this goes. Padded everything, insoles, so I don't know what's going on over here. Let's check this out. Yeah, you notice you don't hear me thumping anymore, so these are not steel-toed, these are actually hiking boots. Unlike mine that are solely for work. Okay, this must be for your bicycle. Hey, look at that. This is a bicycle repair thing. So if you got a flat tire, you come here and you can put air in it, or all sorts of tools in there for your bicycle. It's nice to know. See, we didn't know that, but now we do. So this is a bicycle area. Pull in, take a break. I don't see any benches around, so maybe that's what the rocks are for. So yeah, here we go. Another segment. I forgot what segment we're on, so I'm just going to say another segment. So to date these sections, I'm going to talk about something. It's been an interesting July. I don't even know what today is. Holy crap, that's what happens when you work 6 days a week and you don't rely on a calendar. Because I just know I have the today off, so that's all I'm cared about. I don't know what date it is. It's Friday, July. What? Today's Friday? Uh-oh. No. That's what I'm reading. Friday. 5:44, Friday, July 19th. It's supposed to be Saturday. Okay, it is. My phone has an aneurysm just like me, so... Oh, yeah, see. So now it's got the right stuff on there. Okay, so what the hell happened? Saturday the 20th. What was that noise? Yeah, so why is this one saying it's the 19th? I don't know if I'm gonna walk this way. I hope there's an industry up here making that noise. I'm trying to keep my voice down, but my phone's making me wanna be a little loud because of the residents. It's like residents along that way over there. Alright, speeding sign. Speed sign is hiding behind the only bush on the trail. And why is there a speed limit sign? I don't think I'm gonna go any faster than 3 miles an hour, maybe. This unit makes multiple stops as well. Ooh, this has some significance. Maybe that's what this information thing will be telling us about. What is this building over here? Anyway, let's gander at it. Yeah, this is that building. Girl says business on the canal thrived because waterways improved shipping and lowered shipping times, reduced costs for manufacturers and businesses, allowed them to lower their prices to attract more customers. Businesses including Northrup's grocery store, smooth sailing from the ashes. This is the Chittenango Pottery Company as it stood in the early 1900s. So this section here is what we're looking at now. Because behind the tree there, you could kind of see this part here. This is behind the tree. You could almost make that out, but all these are what you're looking at there. So the big glass window, you could barely make out behind that tree. There we go. So there it is. It used to be the Chittenango Pottery Company. So as I was saying, dating the video, July's been interesting. It's been tough for New York State. All right, 3 days ago, another severe storm went through the area and produced tornadoes. And one of the towns we're coming up to, I believe, it's along the trail, got wiped pretty much. Casanova, I think, is the trail. That's the name of the town along the trail. So this is the tornado that this is the storm that produced the tornado that ravaged Rome, New York. So that has been confirmed. Rome, New York got a tornado 3 days ago as of this recording. And along that same storm front, Chittenango had severe damaging winds, and it cost somebody their lives. So with that being said, that's the week we're filming that on. Was the 3 days ago we had the tornado in Rome. And as bad as that sounds, for this month alone, July 2024, we have 16 confirmed tornadoes touchdown in New York State. Unreal. Just for July. With that being said, I'm surprised nobody else is out on the trail. I mean, it's a beautiful Saturday morning. It's a little chilly. It's 58 degrees out, but I really don't need the coat. I'm just using it as a pack for all my goodies. Look at my water in there. Camera stuff, phone. Don't really need it, but don't know how long I'm going to go for the hike. This little park over here. It's nice to know. What's that say? Hold up. I could get a view of that sign. Looks like a softball field, maybe. I don't know what's going on over here. Let's just take a look at it. This over here looks like a town park. Over here looks like county maintenance. So I don't know. Okay, maybe it is. It's a public road. Okay. So maybe on the side's county maintenance, on the other side's a county park. the road splits them. So I did more research on this, and yeah, this ties into the actual Erie Canal. So this must have been abandoned again when Syracuse decided they didn't need a canal anymore and the railroad went through. So all they did look like was Erie. This is just a branch off of the Erie Canal itself. So eventually we'll be getting into locks and stuff headed toward Rome and the rest of the, that's the actual Erie Canal. This is just a branch off it to go into Syracuse and stuff. So yep, that is an interest area here. I'm actually surprised there ain't any, well, so far that there hasn't been any industries along taking water out of the canal or something like that. There's something up here that's got my interest, that's why you're on. So I don't know what's going on up here, but we'll find out. What the? Wow, I'm not gonna lie, that was intense. I was gonna show you this, and luckily you were on, and that fawn jumped out. Then the doe came out right behind it, and I don't know if it just didn't see me because of the clothes I'm wearing. I kind of blend in with the pavement. Green for the green background, blue for the pavement. But no, she clearly had to have seen me, the fawn did. She wanted to bring the fawn over this way, and then the fawn didn't want to go by my direction, so yeah. And it was actually, that was definitely a memorable moment for the canal itself. Get here early and you'll see stuff like that. Apparently, being in the middle of a village, it's a village doe, so it's young doe. I mean, I judged her age. She was last year's fawn. It's a young doe, so can't be more than a year or two old. I think it's safe to proceed. Yeah, if that fawn didn't jump out, as I had John to go film this, but I didn't even know they were there. Alright, let's proceed with caution. Posted sign hiding right there. And the fact that nobody came along during that whole ordeal, yeah, that's a moment. And I was talking the whole time when that happened, so for them not to see or hear me or smell me. Yeah, they're gone. Alright. So we got here. Alright. Looks just like it's a spillway for the industry. Something comes out of there. That's a little creek. Yep, that was intense. I used to work for parks and you know, way back when, and I was, yeah, if I knew the animals and they were up and around me, but when you're out in the strange somebody else's backyard, it's kind of like, are you used to people? Or because the park I work for, the deer were used to get walking around because you did nightly walks. So, but out here it's like, do you see me? Or I even waved at it so it knew I was there. But then I'm like, are you blind? Because it started walking my direction. Yeah. I'm not sure what factory that is, but there's definitely a factory running up there. With these quieter boots, I seem to be sneaking up on a lot of things. Unless they're falling out of the woods for no reason, but blue heron maybe? My little friend over there is not liking me very well. So we're gonna do a roll by. Is that something there? So on this trip I plan on making one road crossing, and then the next road we're stopping at. Again, mileage I don't know. But I do see a mileage sign coming to speak of mileage. So there is at least one road crossing in this trip, and I want to try to make it to the second road crossing and turn around there. But when you see stuff like this, it makes the miles go long. Uh-oh, my camera's got an issue. I can't address it though. So, yeah. The mile marker's right here. But if stuff like the deer keep happening, then that's gonna be So, talking about the devastation in Rome at the beginning of the video, the Adirondacks is still reeling from 2 weeks ago. I tried looking up campsites and things up there, and they're still wrecked. Places like Forestport, Boonville. Forestport got a tornado 2 weeks ago on the first set of storms that dropped the tornado near Redfield, which is in my core area. It's like 15 miles away, Redfield is, from me, and they had a tornado. Luckily it was out in the woods, so yeah, July's been intense. So yeah, I got a driver not downloading properly the memory card, so I gotta address that. I got the stuff with me to fix it, so I'm gonna have to change this memory card out after this segment, so I want to try to get this 11 miles. Wow. The coolest part was driving here, as I'm still getting off in Manoa, checking the rail yard on the way down, but to drive to get here, I'm like, holy crap, I've actually walked this much? We're 11 miles in already. So it's just surreal that where I get off Manoa and pulled into the parking lot right there, and then driving by Green Lakes, I'm like, yeah, I hiked past there, and then come all the way out here. I'm like, wow, I've walked all that. It really sinks in. So here's 11 out of 25 more to go. Now the question is this must be the 25 to the actual canal. So, because I don't think that's 25 miles to Utica. So I think this is just 25 miles on this abandoned section. Alright, I gotta fix this camera. So, yeah, give me a moment. Some videos might not line up in sync with each other, but we'll figure this out. It's a good place to do it, because this will remind me and sync them up myself when I edit the video. So we're gonna stop it here. At the beginning of the hike, we're talking about the storm damage. They confirmed it 8 hours ago, Syracuse.com. Hurricane Beryl rocked upstate New York. National Weather Service has confirmed at least 7 tornadoes touched down across the state. And one of them's in my backyard. If you know where Sandy Creek Lagoon is, Redfield. We've been to Forestport hiking before. Wolcott, Alexandria. Those are all the tornadoes were confirmed tornadoes. Okay, that doesn't mention the flooding. Loudville Academy damaged by flood. Of course, the page needs to fall down in the view. And the shadow. As much as 6.5 inches of rain fell in Loudville from 7 a.m. Wednesday to 7 a.m. Thursday. Everything's on the flip part of the page. Here's what Loudville looked like. Crews worked to reopen Lewis County roads. More than 6 inches of rain. This is the 12th. Today's 13th. So this is yesterday's paper. What Lowville looked like. Yeah, so 7 confirmed tornadoes and 6.5 inches of rain in Lowville. For the canal. So YouTube. All you have to do is type in Canastota, New York. And here's what you got. Aerial reporter storm footage shows storm damage in Canastota. 1 confirmed dead in Canastota after storms. This is what it looked like at street level. Actually, don't mind the clicking, it's the power thing. This is just an aerial view of the storm. Yeah, internet lag. So, that's how much damage they took. We were showing you some of the, definitely a confirmed tornado. I'm waiting to find that spot, but not exactly sure where this is. It doesn't look like it's along the trail, but dang. Get some more clips here. And just so you know, 2 weeks ago. It's been 2 weeks since
In the village of Canastota, the storm claiming the life of 1 person on Barlow Street, which took the brunt of the storm there. The destruction so extensive, many families unable to go back. Conditions. News Channel 9's Jeremy Skiba surveys the damage in Canastota.
A whirlwind hitting Barlow Street, rearranging this person's deck. And this is the destruction that came not long after. Angela Miller says she can recognize where she lived.
It was nuts. It was like driving through like a third world country almost, because you have all these tree lines, you have all the power lines, everything just destroyed.
Miller and her husband were out of town when the storm hit. Their children were staying with her mother in Rome.
I had 11 children in a basement, scared half out of their minds, but it was a good teaching moment. The teacher in me wants to come out, and so we just kept saying, it's okay, we're safe, we have to be calm.
Efforts now underway to clean up.
We do have trees down, there's houses missing roofs, 1 garage fell down, there are trees on cars, but we have shut down all of the power.
The village closing off Barlow Street for safety.
The fire department, police department, sheriff's department, emergency management, we're all out here just trying to take care of the people that need assistance right now.
And for some, Tuesday night, a sense of deja vu.
This reminds me of Labor Day storm of '98. I was a kid then. But I remember waking up that morning.
episode 7, I think it was. I mentioned it's been a long time since I heard the steady rumble of thunder. That was 20 years ago. That's the storm I remembered that we got annihilated. Was the Labor Day storm of '98. That puts a date on when I was standing out on the deck going, oh, I haven't heard of this in years. And, well, that's when it happened, '98. Days ago, so officially, so now we're in August. So officially, I lost it right there. 3 days ago, New York had 23 tornadoes in July. 23 is our July tornado count for New York. Ads! Everything's an ad. Just want to see where they were and you clicked on it. Alright, I think I got all the things fixed. Took it a minute. Anyway, 11 out of 25. So we left off, and here we go. Let's see how this works. Something up there. I'm actually surprised I have not encountered anybody yet. The deer held me up 10 minutes. Last week it was like zoom, zoom, boom, boom, but with the people. But now it's like, nah, we don't feel like getting out today. Checked my train dart while I was at it and still no change, so we're going to continue pushing on. There's 2 possible heritage units in the area, but one has been in the area for 20 hours, so I think it snuck by. Another one should be getting turned right now in Selkirk and heading some direction. And don't know which way they go until they update the server. So, got some time, but keeping a close eye on that because Selkirk's only a couple hours away. I have not encountered one person yet. I've been on this trail almost an hour. Thanks to them deer. I do have a crossing coming up. I see those things we're looking at up here are barricades. Here's some of the storm damage. Yeah. Tree fell down here. It's the first sign of storm damage. Yeah. Seems like every segment has its own little twist and turn. Like prior to this, on the last segment, we were oohing and ahhing over all the huge fish in the canal. I've not seen any fish at all, but today's the deer, I guess. Well, what else beholds you on the way up, I don't know, but we'll find out together. I'm glad the camera was rolling right when that fawn jumped down. I'm like, what the? This has to be a road. Here, I'll show you. I'll be quiet for a minute and enjoy the view. But I'm going to say I'm pretty sure it's a road. But I haven't seen any cars drive by, but there's a barricade there, so I'm a little confused on that. So. I'm trying to pick up on something, so I can't find it on the camera. Never mind. I was going to say something, but I can't find it. I mean, it's small, so I don't waste my time over it. If I won't see it quick, then I'm not going to waste my time trying to spend 10 minutes finding a little tiny small pen needle. Should have brought my hat and sunglasses. What is this sun you talk about? Well, it's an active road. You got the cyclists coming up behind you, so you can hear other people talking. I'm kind of wondering when they put in these bridges, because that's after the canal was built, but not recently. Alright, this is... what the... Look at the steam coming off the sign. It's warming up, folks. This would be funny if it was like 90 still, but I'm glad it's not. That was impressive. Next crossing? Well, yeah, I could do the next crossing. Why not? I did say I was going to skip over one road and go to the second one, so... Oh, forgot about the sunlight, sorry. Didn't mean to show you the sun. Didn't need to melt retinas. So this is like a little pull off here, looks like. Not an actual parking spot. Oh, it is a little pull off. How did I miss that? Well, there's an information board, so completely missed it. So that gave you viewers a chance to come out to do this section. Just in the middle. Wow, that's creepy. I was gonna say we're just in the middle of this cornfield, and that tree's just growing right out of the middle of the cornfield. So it's a cornfield meet. Yay, cornfield! Stone wall over there. Stone wall for the farm field. So it had to be a farm field from back in the day too. That humming is still from that factory we passed at the beginning. This must be the new signs they're coming out with. Why is the bike over the pedestrian? Should be the other way around. Don't give you much warning for a trail crossing. Hey, trail cross. Oh, it does not say ahead, so technically, yeah, that is accurate. As if it said ahead. Trail crossing. Oh, what was that? That tree's still disturbing. I bet you there's got to be some significance to that tree. Gotta be. If anybody knows, go ahead and feel free to comment down below. Alright, we got another mile to our next. And that'll be our end of the line. So far, this segment has been pretty entertaining. But we don't know what's ahead, so what else beholds? Well, here's the next mile marker. 12 and 24. Not much to see around that map. Now, over here, the farmer's field ended right over there, but there's still a mowed path. I wonder if that used to be an old road over there. It's being mowed. I wonder what the history is of how that mowed. birds confused. Yeah, there's a lot of animals confused today, but this ain't just the birds. Yeah, we got some sort of bridge coming up here. Maybe a creek? I still see the canal straight behind it. So, we'll find out shortly. Now I look at it, maybe it's just an embankment to keep the canal a canal. They just had to build a berm or something on that side, this being the towpath. Kind of makes sense, that's what it looks like. So we're here at this spot. Ah, it's sunlight though. I'm walking in the wrong direction. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe it's an outflow. Can't really see anything. Yeah, there's definitely something down there. Some sort of creek, it looks like. Can't make it out though. Maybe there's more answers up and around the corner. Because we weaved around it. That's weird. And the canal looks like it weaved around it too, kinda. We're on the actual towpath. Huh, that's weird. Oh. It's the first bench I've seen in miles. You can probably see this creek. Yeah, see, I don't know what it is. It's flowing. Huh. Oh, I can't see around the corner. I wonder if it's a spring. Water bubbling out from bottom, maybe. Huh, that's weird. I have no idea. Well, I'm gonna use this bench for a minute, so. Oh, another pedestrian coming. Yay, that's the second person I've seen today in hours. Little unique feature is on the other side of the canal, and the canal wall, that's a marsh back there. Another thing I was thinking of too is back in the day, like today, along the railroads, we go, oh yeah, that line's seen 16 trains a day. How many boats a day come through here back when this was popular? That'd be interesting to find out. I like the fact you got the canal here, the berm, and the marsh on the other side. I decided I'm gonna hike the next mile marker instead of to the next crossing, so we might pass the next. Either way, whatever. We'll figure it out. That's the next crossing. I'm gonna try to get the furthest I can today, because the next section is gonna be pretty close to the railroad tracks. So. Yeah, it's hard to shoot this way and see anything with the sunlight, so a lot of B-roll on the way back for what I've missed, because I'm trying to see past the sun. Another downed tree from the storm, but You can still hear that factory running. More down trees here. Yeah, I'm starting to get into this heavily now. They said screw cutting it, and they just knocked it back in the woods. At least I know there's a spot back there I can sit down at. Oh, there's a house here. Oops. Somebody's backyard. What's going on with this bridge? This history of Three Canals. The Erie Canal underwent many changes since the first shovel broke ground in Rome. So we started in Rome. So this is okay. This is where we are, Old Erie Canal State Park. So that's the segment we're working on currently. But it goes into the lake, Oswego Canal. At some point carries on. Anyway, now parts of it is used as a state barge canal system. What remains today of the enlarged canal and towpath from DeWitt to Rome is preserved as the Old Erie Canal State Park. This stretch plays an important role in feeding water to the current system. Okay, so it still has a purpose. Pause and read. I hear a train coming. I hear a G-ball. Clinton's ditch. Alright. See, it doesn't have any crossing. Oh, okay, there's a small pull off over on this side. I might consider that. And start here. There's the road up above that little hill we've seen. Yeah, I might consider pulling off right here. I don't know. We're gonna go to the next mile marker. Actually, I might rescind that request. What's this here? Somebody left us a walking stick. Well, we're about to hear how close we are to the railroad crossing. What the hell? Bridge is falling apart. See how much water flow is coming out though. My second person I've seen today. It's a little wider here too, so this must have been where boats can pass each other. I think it'd be better to go from the other end and come back, so we're gonna try that. After I get done here, I'm gonna go scope some things out. I'm hoping it's not all covered in brush like it is here when we come across close to the rail line. Hopefully we can get a decent viewing and sitting spot when that time comes, but well, unfortunately for the sunlight, enjoy the sound of Jibos in the woods. That train sounds sickly too. Again, hey, that's something special. Huh. As you hear, we're getting closer. Because at some point we come pretty close. That's an Amtrak train. Alright. The horn kind of sounded like West Coast. So I'm like, oh, that's different. But maybe, I don't know, just mumbling. The great thing about Amfleet passenger cars is they have a unique sound to them. That's how I know it's a passenger train. Well, that didn't last long. I see our next mile marker coming up in the shade up here. So I might as well stop, park over here, and I don't know, I got some thinking to do. Oh, listen up ahead. There's a train coming. Oh. That's supposed to be a joke, but the guy with the flashing light went behind the guy that was blacked him out. I'm starting to hear the Interstate 90 highway noise too. So we're pretty darn close, but here's where we're going to turn around. Mile marker 13 out of 23. Whew. 13 miles on this trail. And again, it's not that far from the road, so I might as well just sit around at the road, but still, I don't have to go all the way back to the road now. It saves me like 100 feet. Yay, we made, oh, it didn't save much time when I was just walking the extra 100 feet to the road. Alright, turn around here, mile marker 13. Lucky 13. Again, this is a difficult choice. That's what the future holds, but the difficult choice is, do I start another segment or do I include this? Because right now, this part up until mile marker 13 was intense with the deer and everything. It's going to be a long video, but who knows what else from the other end that I'm going to find, so I don't know if I'm going to divide it or not. So that's why I wanted to include that segment. But I know that was only a couple feet from that bridge. I would have just left off at the bridge, but still, that's a couple 100 feet that I don't have to walk back to the road and back that way. So, especially when it's 90 degrees out or whatever. I might actually, I'm thinking about doing it today. So, we'll see what happens. It's turning out to be a decent day. I was looking across this field and you're starting to see some damage from that windstorm. I think this is the right field. So if you look way out there, you can see where things got pushed down from the wind. And then if you, oh, right behind it, I just walked right by it. That tree out there is all broken. There's a tree missing its top. So we're getting pretty close to the devastation. So, yeah. It's been an interesting July. 16 tornadoes. And it's only July 20th. Almost a tornado a day in upstate New York. In New York State all together. But I can't get over that. That wraps my head. Confirmed tornadoes. One of them was confirmed miles from my place. So, Redfield, New York. Look where Lacone and Boylston is. It's in my core area. Forceport, not so much, but it's in the region. But Redfield is in my core area. See, I didn't notice that. What's that floating down there? Must be a log. Yeah, so lots to talk about. Yeah, it's a B-roll on the way back, I guess. I have lots of thinking to do. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed this part so far. If I decide to continue it or not. I got sidetracked. You hear something? I'm afraid to look behind me. Well, I think I'm going to just, when I get back to the car, I'm going to come up to this end and see how close to the railroad this goes, and then if it is decently close to the railroad, I might hang out here instead of going back to Manoa. So, we'll see how it happens. Try this again. This camera keeps shutting off on me. It seems to be working, and all of a sudden it says, whoopsie. As I was saying, I don't know what clip would have. If you keep seeing me cut out, like I was just about to ask you a question and cut out, that's the problem with the camera. I thought I fixed it, but it keeps coming up. So, what I was saying is, bicycles just went by me and got me to thinking. How many people are actually just going, passing through? I know there's a few YouTube videos out there showing people just riding bikes down the Erie Canal and everything. I mean, I wonder how many people actually pass through, just passing through. Ooh, found some fish. There's some fish. Oh, never mind, they went in the shade. So, got me to thinking. Out of all these people that I have been passing, who's passing by? Comment down below if you've seen the creep with the video camera just randomly walking around. Looks like he's lost. Like, why in the hell would I be wearing a coat right now? Well, when I started the trip, it was 58 degrees. And I didn't know how long it was going to be, so I got loaded up with snacks and drinks. So, if you've seen this creep on the trail, comment down below. And let me know how bad I creeped you out. Because even I creep myself out half the time, so. Coming up to my next crossing on the way back. See, now back there they didn't have any signs for that road, but up here this road's got signs. So, I don't know the name of that road back there. This one's got a name on it. There's a truck parked there too. It's a state truck. Now let me get by this official vehicle. Somebody already reported you to the authorities. There's some creep walking around the camera on the trail. If I'm not a creep standing next to rail tracks filming trains, I'm a creep just walking down the trail with a video camera. Oh yeah, this is a road I can't pronounce. Kang Road. Right near milepost 13. Yeah, right there. So I'm gonna save me a little bit of walk, just to walk a straight section and not much to see. I'll just use the zoom. To cut down time on this video. There's some nice things coming up here shortly. And yeah, spoiler alert. Wait till the end. So instead of walking all the way down the straight section, just to show you the post, that's the road. The post is that dark object right there in the darkness. Where's my thing? You can kind of see it. So that's where mile marker 13 is. So it's going to save me a trip from walking all the way down there to turn around and walk all the way back on this section that I ain't going to film much on. Because I could always do it on this part of the section. It's the same thing. So I'm going to save me a couple steps today. It's warming up actually. Yeah, you notice I got this with me. There's a reason. So you'll find out at the end of this section. Some nice interesting things coming up that I've seen. So yeah, other than the sunlight, this is why I wasn't going to walk all the way down to show you the mile marker 13. There's one coming up, I can confirm you that it actually made it that far. So that's right. This is it. There's not much to see. Just a straight section, woods, canal, woods, loneliness. So why waste your viewer time just to go all the way down there to see a magic number 13? That's the yard office right there. Despite where we are, we're getting some good talk from we got the 280 detector, I've heard. So if you're rail fanning and hiking this section, you're gonna want this boy. As I could hear yard clearances, I know there's nothing eastbound right now. There is a westbound and an Amtrak train in the picture, but kind of not what I'm here for today. I got what I came for earlier. And if you want to see the video, it's B117 with BNSF power. I filmed that at the railroad crossing up here. Oops, spoiler alert. So, yeah, I'll just be quiet until we get up here. There's an interesting thing coming up here, so, yeah, and more questions. So this part I hiked back, so I already know what's coming. You don't, I do. Well, you probably do if you've already been on a section, but for those that are just viewing this part and not been here before, and I just heard somebody come running up behind me. You were in the wrong direction though, because it sounded like while I was talking. Oh, dementia setting in, folks. I remember I think this whole trip's gonna be like 6-7 miles. I did take a break, so I got all filled up and fueled up and drunk up by drinking water and everything. So watched a couple trains go by, in the parking lot that I'm parked at. Oops, another spoiler. Yeah, as mentioned before, they had a tornado and strong storms come through 3 days ago, maybe 4 now, and it's still showing up damage. It's getting progressively worse as you get along here. They took this tree right out. This tree was down across the trail. Information station coming up here. I don't know how it's going to go with the glare of the sun. It might be alright. Building, launching, and fixing boats. Piece by piece. You could pause the video. From what I'm understanding, this is like a feeder canal that's feeding water into the current Erie Canal. We got a bridge up here. Now, on the way here, I don't know what roads I took or anything. On the way here, there's a dead end road with no outlet. But then it's in the area this is constructed. So something is going on with the property owners on this side of the canal. I'll get into more of that later, because the towpath itself, actually the state deviated from the towpath, which is how we ended up on the wrong side of the tracks. And you can clearly see where the canal towpath would have went, but for some reason the state deviated from it. And then there was obviously a significant road here. Again, significant back in the day when it was built, just to go, yeah, see what I'm saying? It used to go down in there. I mean, and then it just, right here. So this used to be a significant road. So, what happened here, if anybody knows? It still is a significant road on that side, but for some reason, oh no, the canal. It's like the other bridge we went to. Kirkville. So somebody's coming eastbound and down. And then at the other bridge that was a dead end road, the road was on the side, dead ended, right on the other side of the bridge. It's nice that they're keeping the bridge, well, it's not like it would matter anyway if it fell in or not, but it's nice that the bridge is still serving purposes, but not as they were built intended. And it's still got its state inspector thing on it too, its identifier. But, you know, the fact that the bridge would have used to come across here and connect to a main road, and then all of a sudden, no, you're not coming through here, and it's posted all the way through here. And the state, when they put in this park, this walkway, this recreation trail, it deviates from its original route, just as this road doesn't exist anymore. Uh-oh. Funny noises coming from my phone. Usually indicates somebody from work is trying to get hold of you. Sorry folks, I get one day off a week. Oh, look at all the fish in there. So, why did this road come to a sudden end on the side of the canal? And why did the canal deviate from its original well, not the canal and the towpath, why did the trail deviate from its original route that would follow the canal and the towpath? Something over here. Because this road, I wish I had a map of the area, definitely continued to cross, because there's a dead end road on the main part in the town. So why didn't we just continue this road? I mean, you just looked up the street side of it and you see houses and everything all on the other side. Oh, this is a power line. I see the buried things saying, hey, don't come over here because we can explode. Don't dig in this area. So this is a utilities right away. And you see no railroad tracks. There's no railroad tracks in sight. That will change. And to the naked eye, you might not even know if the canal will deviate up here shortly. If I wasn't here filming this, I'll show you where it deviates. Yeah, that's our eastbound. We're gonna miss it. We're definitely gonna miss it. It's gonna be another half an hour before I get to any place to see a train. Here's more debris. I still can't get over the fact of the 16 tornadoes in New York State since the beginning of this month, and it's only July 20th. Confirmed tornadoes. So we got a little bit of a feature coming up. This is where I believe the actual towpath and the state trail diverge. You can see we're going right along the canal here, and there's a feature up here. So where the towpath trail diverges for the trail system, looks like it becomes an old road at one point, and I don't know. It's confusing up here, so. I think I understand now. I think this was lower and it went under a road, I think. I don't know, it doesn't make sense. So anyway, I say that. There's some more tree damage from that storm, from one of the tornadoes. Yeah, this got smashed with a tree for sure. So the canal's down here, so the towpath would naturally come here. There's this abutment right here. Like there would have maybe been a bridge. Okay, I say that because there's all this here. Like there would have been a bridge across. So I'm wondering if our towpath headed straight off this way with the canal, and this used to be a bridge for what may become a road, what could be an old road. Yeah, that's definitely what it looks like. So right now we're over the canal, and the canal's towpath. The straight section probably would have been a road, and you can see, yes, you can see it. Let me get up here closer. I'll show you what I'm trying to figure out. It's definitely, we're walking on a bridge right now. Yeah, that's got to be it, for sure. So there's like an abutment here for what would have been a road. So the bridge would have started here and went across. Right now, this fill is the canal and the towpath. So the bridge would have connected back over here on these abutments. Because if you look over here, the canal's over here. So that's where the canal goes now. So yeah, that's for sure. Canal would be right here. And the towpath had been over here. The bridge got taken out for whatever reason and filled, but the canal still has its opening so the water can still flow. And you can see where it goes off this way here. So that's how we end up on the wrong side of the tracks. Huh. So right now, here. So there's a culvert. They filled all this in for some reason. So why didn't they just continue on this way and dead end the road here? If it's no longer being used as a road, because obviously it went that way. But I don't know. I'd be kind of curious when they did that. Maybe the state didn't do it. But either way, we end up on this side of the canal. And it's a straight shot to the parking lot. You never even notice, because if you look down here, there's a bridge abutment. But now the canal's not there. It's now on your left. So, suspicious. And that comes into play later. You'll see why it's confusing. I'll try to include that in the end of this video. So, it's starting to get busy again in train world, it sounds like. So now you don't have. Oh, what's this?
Defect detector. Milepost 2627.
Oop.
Track
262. Yeah, I had to buy a new memory card because back before this first section I was telling you I had troubles. I've been having troubles with it the whole time. So I put a new memory card in and everything's working fine now. So I don't know what the hell happened to the other memory card. Oh! Mile marker. And again, this is close enough of a hike, so it's about 1.5, maybe 2 miles to get to this old bridge with a canal. For anybody that wants to explore more of it, is right here at mile marker 14. So there's your milepost. I didn't start exactly at 13, but we did see 13 and there's 14. So the parking lot's right up here actually. Well, when all the traffic finally goes by. First thing in the morning I'm like, oh, look at all the traffic. Where's everybody? And now it's like non-stop. Even at this part of the trail. I'll show you. How many times is that going to happen on this trail too? It's the third time today. Parking lot's right there. Yeah, this had to be an old road. Again, we'll get up there further, I'll show you. And it's kind of confusing because there's a little bit of water somewhere along the way where it looks like the canal might have been still on the right, but it's not. And pretty soon we'll be coming close to the rail tracks. Oh yeah, I think I found a new favorite spot for rail fanning.
Defect detector. Milepost 280. Track. No.
Track 4.
No defect. Total axle 7. 8 10 of
7 what? 7 something 8? Is that heading this way? One could only hope. Because by the time that gets here, I'll be out of the hike. Anyway, like I was saying, I think I found a new favorite rail fan spot. And again, if you're into trains and hiking, this parking lot's perfectly placed. Earlier I was trying to do video for this trail and the railroad channel, which is it's like, what do I do? Every time I step away from the tracks, a train would go by. Speaking of trains, yeah, we definitely got an eastbound. So I've picked up my hiking steps a little bit, moving a little faster. So I want to at least get to the woods. Once you get into the woods, you can't really clearly see the railroad, but there are spots you can spy down on it. And after you get on the other side of this little dark part of the woods, you'll be pretty much right next to the railroads out of nowhere. So that's confusing. And from the spot, you can also hear train horns blowing from behind you for trains coming eastbound. This is weird too. See, I'm looking now. But what happened here? What was this for? It's like a trench on that side. Concrete abutments for some reason. And there would have been something on that post back there. Where? Right there. So, something used to be here. And there's like a trench, definitely, to make this look like a road. Here's that pond. It's like a small pond. That trench becomes a big trench, and then there's even a fence over there. Must be an old farm over there somewhere. There's an old fence. Abutments. Abandoned road. Used to have a bridge, don't anymore. Filled in the canal and put a culvert in for it. What is going on in this section of the trail? Those are the sound of the June bugs, I think they are. And now there's a creek below us. Where's the creek come from? Look which way it's flowing. Where does it go? We didn't cross under any bridge or culvert. It can't be coming downhill to be flowing this way. There's probably a culvert down there. Again, good luck getting down there. Another thing for the viewer to explore if you decide to explore. Oh. Okay, pretty soon we'll be trackside, literally. Like I said, if I hear eastbound, you'll hear the horn blowing. Chipmunk try to bite off more than it can chew. Uh-oh. I want to try to go further. We're so close. This trail still perplexes me. I mean, why take the effort? Why did I just dead end the road down here? It's like there's no reason for this road to even been here. Not alone have a bridge. Not alone to take the bridge out and fill in the towpath and the canal for a trail. But in the long run, I wonder if it has something to do with the railroad. There's a railroad crossings up here. We'll send the trail this way. Cross at a railroad crossing. Oh. That's already gone by. Parking lot's right up here, folks. we got a lot to explore in this parking lot. So here we are. This is where we're gonna end this segment. This section, I should say, not segment, section. Oh, there's one more car in the parking lot than there was originally. So, pretty considerable parking lot. So, it's got a little satellite thing up here, a little solar panel and a bunch of electronics in there, and, well, decent sized parking lot. Let's take a walk down, shall we? I'll show you how to navigate this mess, or try to. So we're gonna cross tracks and see why I'm blundered about why the towpath diverted this way and not why the trail diverted this way and not follow the original towpath. I guess in theory it does that a lot. If you can't follow the towpath, they just run along local roads. I think this is actually the first road section, even brief, but this would be the look how busy the parking lot is. Now those people, that's me in that lot. So, yeah. Alright, so you park in here. Beebe Bridge Road. So the sign's up here shortly. Hello, how's the car doing? There's like a town or a village up there, I think. I haven't gone up. I didn't come or go that way, but there's a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. Canastota. I like this. Next crossing, 0.26 miles. 8 minutes by foot. So Beebe Bridge Road, Canastota, New York, Madison County. Next crossing, 0.26 miles. I don't know if they mean the crossing up there or not. 8 minutes. Might take longer if you're a rail fan. And there's the trailhead for the parking. And the big says trail go that way. So, cue up the stupid jokes. You pretty much can park in the parking lot and see the train from here. So at this point, this is where the trails and rails, the rails to trails. I told you the stupid joke was coming. Across the main line here. I don't know if it's the Mohawk subway yet or the Syracuse terminal still, but signal tower is way down there. If you have your scanner, you can hear it. I have not heard a train horn from that direction, but coming from this direction, you won't have much warning, but you'll hear the horns. So here we are, trails on this side. Gonna walk across here. Again, convenient parking space over there if you want a real fan as well. And I see they just redone this road. I don't know why they didn't make it wider so the pedestrian traffic and the traffic can get through, like have a little bike lane. There's more damage from that storm. So the canal is actually over here. A little creek in the swamp area. Right there. The spare tire floating in it. Again, private property. So, I don't know. So I don't know if this is the 8-minute walk or not for the next crossing. Well, yeah, it's got to be because there's a... Ow, my scanner antenna whipped me right in the face. This thing's just... So, yeah, because there is a road up here, so that might be a crossing. I wonder if CSX paved this road. I'll get to that in a minute. I want to get on the other side of the Scary Bridge before traffic happens. So here's the canal. Old-fashioned bridge. So why did the trail, you know, you can clearly see where the towpath trail is. So why did it not continue on its original route? So I'm thinking back there. So
much fun in Oneonta when they were doing the highway there, Route 88.
Yorkton Road.
262.7.
Oh, that's the big train. Solar farm on that side, waiting for traffic. Oh. And the reason why I asked if CSX paved this is because it's only paved between here and the crossing. It's not paved on the other side or anything. Alright, let's see what's over here. Again, back in the day when that was typical foundation for a bridge. Let's see what this says. See, now I don't know where the next trail is. Yeah. So there you are. You got the next crossing, 1.53 miles, Big Bree. Madison County, next crossing, 30 minutes. Yeah, it's about that. I guess I didn't want to go this way. So I don't know when the next crossing is, because there's no sign that says next crossing on this section. And it goes quite a ways. Yeah, so we're gonna end it here. Something tells me it'd be here.
6 dispatch in the M42218.
Train's already gone by. Don't worry about that train.
Dispatch 2 car.
Suspicious. Yeah, the guy standing in the road with the video camera isn't. Yeah, see, look how wide the canal is here, and then. Yeah, so this is definitely put in after this packed. It still baffles me why the trail didn't go that way. Well, that's gonna do it, folks, for the trail part. I'm gonna hang out and see if I can't catch any more trains. So, yeah, decent little parking spot here, and hope you enjoyed that section of video, especially with all the wildlife. So, if you know what's going on back there, why they filled in the canal and did whatever the back there would have been a bridge and whatnot, and then why the towpath is, canal's trail is all different and from the towpath, and feel free to comment down below, and thanks for watching.